Have you ever noticed you didn't suddenly decide to be alone, you just slowly ended up there? At first, it doesn't feel like a big change. You still talk to people, you still show up when you need to. From the outside, nothing really looks different, but inside, something shifts. Not dramatically, not all at once, just quietly. You start choosing silence a little more often. It's rarely one big moment. It's the small things. Conversations that feel slightly off. Moments where you feel misunderstood. Times when explaining yourself feels exhausting. So instead of forcing it, you begin to pull back. Not completely, just enough to feel comfortable again. Your brain is always paying attention. It notices what drains you, what feels awkward, what takes too much effort. And it also notices something else. How calm it feels when you're alone. No pressure to respond, no need to explain, no risk of being misunderstood. And slowly, your mind starts to prefer that. From the outside, it might look like withdrawal, but internally, it doesn't feel like avoidance. It feels like relief. You're not trying to disappear. You're just trying to avoid that subtle friction you feel around others. The overthinking, the adjusting, the quiet tension, and being alone removes all of it. And the strange part is, the more peaceful it feels, the less you notice what you're slowly losing. The more time you spend alone, the more natural it feels. Your thoughts become clearer. Your environment becomes predictable. You don't have to adapt. You don't have to perform. And after a while, being around people starts to feel like the unfamiliar part. This is the part most people don't notice. It's not a decision, it's a pattern. You decline invitations more often. You choose solitude without thinking. And at some point, it stops being something you choose and becomes something you no longer question. Being alone can feel calm, even safe. But over time, something subtle changes. You feel less connected to people, to moments, even to parts of yourself. Not in a painful way, just quietly distant. Choosing to be alone doesn't always mean something is wrong. Sometimes it just means you found a version of life that feels easier to handle. But here's the part most people don't realize. Ease can slowly replace connection. And when that happens, you don't feel lonely, you just feel less alive. And that's why it's so hard to notice, because nothing feels broken. Until one day, you realize you've been present in your life, but not fully inside it. If this felt real, you're not alone. Here we explore growth, success, and the human mind without noise, just honesty. I'll see you in the next one.